Hey, good afternoon, friends. Today is Sunday, November the 3rd, 2024, and the time now is 2:27 p.m. So, I want to provide a brief comment on the situation in the Middle East. The situation in the Middle East continues to spiral out of control. Now, in recent times, the leader of Iran made a statement in which he said that Israel and the United States were going to be getting a crushing response from Iran for Israel's attack on Iran. Or, let's say, Israel's recent retaliation on Iran, which happened on the 26th of October, for Iran's retaliation. Now, that is a very interesting development. Recently, I did watch an interview of an Israeli official. I think it was an interview of a foreign minister or so. He made a statement calling for the assassination of Iranian leaders, and he actually called for the assassination of the supreme leader of Iran, which in this case could probably mean the end of the world. As much as the assassination of people such as Ismail Haniyeh, people such as Hassan Nasrallah, and so on. These are leaders of political or social or cultural entities as well. Forget the fact that yes, Israel and the West may see them as terrorists or whatsoever, but these people are leaders of their community. So assassinating them is a big deal. But when you are calling for the assassination of a country that is as established as Iran, calling for the assassination of a leader who is not just the political icon of Iran, but the cultural and the religious icon of Iran, that's a big deal, because in this case, we will not just see a political war, but a religious war, an all-out religious war. And I'm not sure how it's going to work for Israel, the United States, and the West. But now, in terms of the statement that the leader of Iran made, that Iran is going to retaliate against Israel for the October 26th Israeli attack or retaliation, however you want to say it. So far, the United States has been gearing up, and it is said that the United States had been moving or has been moving some military assets, including the USS Abraham Lincoln ship, to the Gulf. As much as we can all agree that the United States actually doesn't want war with Iran, because Iran is more powerful than Saddam Hussein Iraq was, Iran is more powerful or sophisticated than Afghanistan was or is, going to war against or with countries such as Iran, that is massive in terms of land mass, that is massive in terms of population with about 90 million people. It's going to be a big deal, and I think the United States could find itself in a very serious situation. One being that the Iranians are sophisticated, and now they do have powerful countries behind them. They have Russia, and Russia in this case cannot allow Iran to lose or to be occupied. China cannot allow Iran to lose and to be occupied as well. They have to support Iran. If Iran goes, then all the countries that have been reluctant to criticize Russia or condemn Russia for what is happening in Ukraine, they could find themselves in a serious situation where if Iran go, Russia look bad, and it's a bad situation for them. Now, in terms of the United States, it is very interesting that as much as the U.S. doesn't want to go to war with Iran, the U.S. seems to be preparing or allocating its military assets or resources in a way that demonstrates or indicates the possibility of a preparation for war. Now, it is very interesting, though, that the same country that could not find itself to send troops to Ukraine to fight the Russians now is gearing up to fight the Iranian. That is, if the United States is gearing up actually for a preparation of war or a preparation for war with Iran, then it is a very serious situation, because one, it also shows the power and might of Russia and the weakness of Iran in the case that, or in a way that, the United States can prepare to go to war against Iran because Iran is less powerful and Iran cannot make more destruction to the United States. But the United States cannot prepare itself to go to war against Russia because Russia is capable of destroying the US as much as the US is capable of destroying Russia, and Russia can destroy Europe as well, or vice versa. So in this case, I think in the long term, it makes the United States looks bad, and it makes the United States looks as if going at or is going to war against the weak and powerless countries, because this is what it seems as if. Why are you gearing for war against Iran, but you cannot do the same against Russia? The same country that many in the West have been terming for 2 years now to be Satan's reincarnation on earth. And also, the same country that is now, as many Western thinkers and social and political influencers have said, is killing white people with blonde hair and blue eyes in Ukraine. It's interesting. The United States can go and fight or prepare to fight Iran, but not to fight Russia, which is killing white people with blonde hair and blue eyes in Ukraine. In this case, it shows the weakness of the West and the United States as well. But it also demonstrates, as I've said many times, that Ukraine, as much as and as well as Ukraine is being used to fight the Russians, Ukraine is not important to the West and to the United States compared to Israel. Israel is very much important to the United States and to the West. Now, the situation in the Middle East. It seems to be very confusing, and it is confusing because it is difficult to figure out which side countries such as Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and them are on. And the situation in the Middle East as of now could actually lead to a tension in the Middle East among the Arabs. In the movie Prometheus, there is a scene when Peter Whalen had a talk, a TEDx talk, massive. It was a talk that was held in a massive arena, and he walked into the arena and everybody standing ovation. And it was in the same speech in which he stressed that for those of you who don't know me, if you will indulge me, I would like to change the world or something sort of. He mentioned in the speech, where were the ethics during the Arabian conflict? Once again, I am going to repeat. He mentioned in the speech, where were the ethics during the Arabian conflicts? My question is, what conflict is he talking about? These movies seem to be preparing us for something. My question here now is, could the war in the Middle East right now, in Gaza, the situation between Israel and Iran, could this situation lead to an all-out Arabian conflict? My friend, please tell me what you think. Now, friends, I'm going to end here. I want to thank you for being a member of the Echoing Voice community. But most importantly, friends, I want to thank you a lot for watching the Echoing Voice. Peace, my friends. Peace.